Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw Paper Mario. Paper Mario is a pretty freaking awesome game. I recommend playing that game, but we're going to go over how to draw that design. That design of Mario is very specific, and it's kind of become kind of iconic in its own right. So we're going to go over that version. I'm going to be going over... This is a beginner drawing lesson, by the way, so if you're a beginner, stick around. It's a really big deal. Let's do it. So I'm going to be using this as a Faber-Castell PITT artist pen. This is just the same thing as a Sharpie, except it's bigger and it has more ink in it. And it doesn't have that nasty Sharpie smell, which I guess is bad for your brain over a course of time. But if you do use a Sharpie, it's totally fine. Just keep a window open. I'll put the Amazon link to this thing, or you can buy it at Michael's. It doesn't really matter per se. But let's get going. So let's start with Mario. We're gonna have more paper. Okay, we're gonna start with the round of the nose. We're gonna pull up front of his face. It's gonna be indicating the front of his face. Pull one across the top there, and that's gonna be the hat, the brim of the hat. Back side of the brim of the hat, it's gonna pull in. We're gonna fill that in, so it won't confuse us. We're gonna know that's in the back. Top of the brim of the hat right here, arcing line, and actually across the top of the brim of the hat. You with me so far? Okay. Pulling down, we're gonna extend this line, and we're gonna meet his ear on the other end. And his ear is almost as big as his nose on Paper Mario, but not quite as big. I'll say like half as big. Let's go to the front of his face here. We're gonna throw his far side eye in the back there, and it's gonna be a dot. And then the front side eye, also a dot. An elongated dot. Think of it like an egg-like dot. Now, from here, the C shape of his nose, we're gonna pull back a little bit, not totally at the end of it, but we're gonna pull for the mustache, top of the mustache. Far side, we're gonna do these little U shapes, like soft W shapes, almost like a cloud, until we hit the end of that, and you have his mustache now. This shape right here is a little weird. I'm just gonna fix it. There you go. All right. So we have his mustache, and now we're gonna grab this ear shape. Remember that ear shape? And then we're gonna go down here from the bottom of his mustache, maybe toward the, could be the center front. We're gonna connect that. Okay. 1, 2, boom. Be careful there. See, the thing is, all these characters are deceptively simple because they look easy, and then when you start to do it, and if you get a little thing wrong proportionally, it will totally change the character. So that's why they're deceptively simple. We're gonna pull down for his hair. His hairline or whatever is gonna come out the side from underneath his hat. And he's got 2 little balls at the end. Boom, boom. 2 little hoops. And we're gonna pull back up. Now let's go into his ear. We're gonna put a little C mark inside of his ear. That's gonna be the inner, it's gonna be an indication, another little mark there. That's gonna be an indication of the inner workings of his ear, right? It's a cartoonified ear though. We're gonna pull from the top of his hat right here. He's got a big swoop. It's gonna come kind of toward the back of his hair. We're gonna start it here. See that dot? We're gonna try to land there. So from the front brim of his hat, I'm gonna pull a bump, pull back there. It's gonna pull in here, a bit of overlapping. If you don't know what overlapping is, I talk about it in some Gumroad tutorials. I have tutorials on how to draw cartoon hands in any position. That's on my Gumroad, so go check that out if you guys like that. It's a 30-minute video. It's more in-depth about like how to draw the hand in any position. It's a little bit different than these videos. These videos are all like, you know, about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll go over, you know, specific characters. That one you go over like how to draw just a cartoon hand in any position, and so there's like more workings to that. And I go off on that for like 30 minutes. But yeah, I'll leave the link to that in the description. Okay, and then the back end of the hat. A little bump as well. Let's go to the front here. Little circle sinking into the front of the hat right there, almost like a little sunrise. We're gonna have the M inside of it. Normally his M is red, but since we're doing only marker, we're gonna put that in marker here. A little bit of his back hair. Oh, sticking out the back. Oh, Mario. Now, side of his arm. Other side of his arm. It's leaning down. It's actually tapering up. It's tapering out. You know, it's getting bigger as it goes to the end of his wrist. And then his glove. And he's got that Mickey Mouse style glove. And he's got a little fist here. Rounded form. For the kind of, he's making a fist. He's got it down on the side right here. Pillowy fat pad. One swoop for the rest of the fist. Doesn't really have digits. And then 2 marks right here. They're markings on the gloves themselves. That mark is the edge of his suspenders. His suspenders going down. Create a bit of a square shape, the negative space. And then we're going to draw his tummy. Goes down a bit more. So now we're going to draw the round buttons on his suspenders right here. 2 little balls. And then we're going to draw the far side hand. And the far side hand is really just kind of bumps because it's behind his belly. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the foot, which is just a shoe. He doesn't really have his leg extending at all. It's just a shoe. So the top brim of the shoe, it's going to make a little bump toward the front. Everything is really, really round, keep in mind. And then the back part of his shoe. And then another little strip toward the bottom. And then a line right here separating the brim, the top portion of the shoe from the bottom. And now we're going to repeat that shape, and that's all we got. So now it's going to be round right here on the far end. And then the bottom portion of the shoe. If you ever wore like a boot, it's that bottom portion. And that's it. That is Paper Mario. What you can do is, sometimes I like doing this, and I think it'll work for Paper Mario especially, was you draw a thicker line toward the outside. If you're really interested in cartooning or drawing things in general, like that are cute, and that kind of animated style or any of that, a big part of that is understanding what you're drawing. You know, if you want to draw any, for example, hand or any body or any of that, I have videos. Currently I only have one, but I'm going to put in a lot more videos on how to draw, like for example, a cartoon hand, like I was saying earlier. And it's on the Gumroad account. And so that account has more specific videos where I break up parts of the hand and how to go over that and how you can draw any cartoon hand on your own, with or without reference. But I go over all that stuff in a 30-minute lecture that I recorded and I put on there, and I kind of talk to you all about that. If you're more hardcore about that, if you just want to like stay with this and this is cute and this is all amazing, all these videos are fun to do that. If you're more in depth, let's say you're more like you really want to learn about animation and drawing, not so much animation, but you know, drawing cutish animated looking things, I would say go to that, you know, because for now it's up. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up. It's an experimental thing. I'm just putting extra videos on there that are more detailed. I don't know how long I'm going to do that for, so go check that link out in the description. I'm going to put it right at the top. So, alright guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you in the next video.